Never did get another one. Coach totally ghosted him. Ghosted him. Kid ends up signing somewhere else, obviously. But, it goes both ways. Now, here's the best one. So, David Sanders Jr. David Sanders Jr., number one offensive tackle in the class of 2025. Just a total freak, a kind of kid who's in high school. And if he doesn't get injured, he's going to be a first-round pick, most likely a top 10 pick, maybe a top 5 pick. He's just that special. As an offensive lineman, as an individual, he's smart. He's everything you'd ever want. Athletic. The kid could play fullback. He might even be able to play linebacker. He's just amazing. And everybody wants him in the whole country. He's from North Carolina, a state that doesn't have great football, so obviously he's leaving the state. And early on, it's Tennessee and Georgia. Ohio State works their way into it. It was thought that they didn't want to go that far from home. He's got little sisters at home, yada, yada, yada. But the Buckeyes worked their way into it, so much so that at one point it was thought that they were the leader. But towards the end there, Nebraska gets involved. Georgia stays on the list. Tennessee's probably the leader, and Ohio State's in it. So it's those 4 schools as we head into the early signing day. He makes his announcement in a gym. I went live that day. And this was such a big deal that it was the biggest show I had like times 5, which was really cool for me until he chose Tennessee. Heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, and maybe a month goes by. After that. We've gone about our business. We've moved on. And then out of the blue, we hear that this dude is on campus. David Sanders Jr., he's at Ohio State. He's going to a home game. The whole family's with him. And they're staying the whole weekend. There was no warning of this. It didn't leak from anybody, which is very odd. And what's going on? Did something happen at Tennessee? Is this a leverage play for more money? We had heard all along that's not how this family was. None of this was a leverage play. None of it was about money. Money was always going to be important, but not the number one thing, what they always say. In fact, the guy who always says that, Bill Kurelic. Bill Kurelic works for Bucknuts. Bill Kurelic has been following recruiting, Ohio State recruiting specifically for like 34 years. So Bill Kurelic is asked this week on the Bucknuts board to maybe tell a juicy recruiting story. So he tells a story, which I'm going to read to you right now, and you tell me if this sounds familiar after listening to what I just told you. You're welcome, sir. Here's a crazy one, but I'm not going to name the recruit involved or the 2 schools involved. The recruit had visited both schools and committed to one of them. Then he visited the other school again. While on campus, the school figured out the recruit was just trying to leverage them so the recruit could get an even bigger NIL package from the school he committed to. So when the visit was nearing an end, the school the recruit was visiting lowered their previous NIL offer rather than upping the offer that they had previously made. That is such a G move, and I am so proud of Day and Pantone and whoever the hell did that. I absolutely love it. Is that not the best? This dude came after. Listen, here's the deal. Sometimes when you think of it in terms of this one recruit, this one guy, right? You think of all the man hours and money, not just that Ohio State put into recruiting that guy and then didn't get him, but think about Georgia and Nebraska and North Carolina. Every school that recruited that one guy, think of all the man hours combined, all the money combined, just for that one guy. And the fact that they tried to work them at the end and it didn't work. They wasted their weekend. I absolutely love it. It's such a wonderful move. I wish more people had the stones to do it. And that's our recruiting stories for the day.